Cigars Daily Live, turn it up loud. Tim and the crew, yeah, we draw a crowd. A cut and a light, strike up the flame. Lounge lizard, settle in, you know the game. Cigars Daily, cut it, light it up, go. Cigars Daily, crank it up, let's start the show.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim. Oh, hey Pedro, what's happening, dude? Dear God in heaven. Pedro's like, ah! Hey everybody, I'm Tim, and welcome to Cigars Daily Live, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona, tonight with a great episode and a surprise guest. I'm just kidding. It's part of the title of the show. Hey, we've got Pedro Gomez on tonight. He's going to be with us in just a little bit and joining us for this episode, especially as we get ready for some big things. In fact, Pedro will be physically here at the Cigars Daily HQ very soon, at the end of March. It's going to be amazing. Tonight, you're going to get to ask your questions directly to Pedro Gomez, so you can drop them down below. In fact, you can drop your comments and questions down below right now, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble or on Facebook or even our own community on Cigars Daily Plus. My name is Tim, and I'm the host of the show, and all of you watching at home, you are the co-host. Your comments and questions, they're going to drive the episode. You guys set the pace. Ask about what you want to ask about. We will talk about it all, cigar-related stuff. I do have a couple of quick things to cover before we go into this episode I want to take care of right away. Number one, last week we had a relatively sexual conversation about some otters. And I just want to acknowledge
relatively.
Yeah. Okay.
Extremely explicit.
Yeah. Explicitly sexual conversation about otters. Listen, some of you took the liberty of using AI to generate hilarious images of otters in bikinis. You posted them in the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group, and the mods took them down. Now, the reason the mods did this is because they are following the group rules. They are like a pack of like ravenous centaurs. You know what? From the movie The Matrix, they're those tentacle things that fly around and try to kill Keanu Reeves.
But they're just a big foghorn. They're like,
wah, wah, wah. And that's their job. That's what they're there to do. And right now, the way the rules are written in our Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group, by the way, one of the largest cigar Facebook groups that exists, the way the rules are written is if it's not directly cigar related, then it's not allowed in the group. And sadly, otters in bikinis are technically not cigar related.
Perfect.
So what I am going to, Marcus says, I was the first to post the otter. So what I want to say is when we do Cigars Daily Live, like this show is only loosely cigar related. So I'm going to work to create a carve out for the Cigars Daily group so that Cigars Daily Nation culture things we can talk about without it being as strict. And so I actually talked to the mods this week about it. I was like, I get it. Like, I understand technically you're following the group rules. And so I should make a carve out for like, if it's Cigars Daily Live, then we post something in the group, like, I don't know, an otter wearing a bikini. That's hilarious. If it has to do with the show and something we all joked about, we can bring the rest of the people in on it. But it's going to come with some sort of like hashtag CD live or something like that. So if we talk about something during the show, you want to screenshot Billy deep throating a pickle or the otter in the bikini or whatever it ends up being.
Deep throat one pickle one time, and you're the deep throating pickle guy.
Yeah,
you should be able to share that. I think that's share worthy. And by the way, it's part of our culture and our community. So I'm going to be doing that. I should have details for you about that next week. I've got a lot that I wasn't able to show this week that I'm going to show you guys next week. So just so you guys know, that's coming up. But of course, I can't do this alone. Hell, I can barely do it when I have the best people on the planet. And I tell you something, I do have the best people on the planet. So let me introduce you to the cast and crew. Set behind the camera is Billy, the cock of the wall.
I'm doing it tonight because Terrence is just kind of in like a mood.
I know.
So I got to
Terrence was
amping
resting.
him up.
Thank you. Terrence was resting before the show, I feel like. Like we were all joking around. And he was like, "Boo, boo." And now I think we're gonna get the Terrence that we all bought tickets for when we came. Sitting next to Billy is, of course, El Rey del Terrell.
So Billy, how do you want me to talk? Do you want me to be loud?
That's better.
Like this is so tired.
It was like sad.
I don't know how Tim. I
was-
don't know how Tim does it. He's always yelling at the camera. I don't know how he does it.
No, Tim has his mopey Tim before the camera turns on.
Yeah. See, we can't just be relaxed and calm, collected before the cameras start rolling.
No,
No,
not you, because you're never that way.
I am that way.
Debatable.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
What did I do before the show that made you laugh so hard, Terrence? Is it something we can even repeat on the internet? I'll tell everybody watching
I don't
this.
remember.
Yeah, you were laughing really hard at something. And I'll tell you what goes on before the show would definitely get. Oh, I farted. That's right. It was a good one too. Hey, also sitting third chair tonight, we've got Amber P. Buckets. Amber's in the house.
And you might notice something new here. I have a new bucket.
You got a
Has
new
my-
bucket.
Wow.
It has
yeah.
my name on it.
Wow.
It's personalized. I want to shout out Mike Robinson for making the bucket. You can't
Shouts
see
out.
it very well, but little new addition.
Yeah, the
Quite
lighting.
nice bucket.
The lighting makes it hard.
Well,
the
it says
lighting makes it hard
Amber's
to-
bucket just for everybody.
Excellent.
So now it's official.
It's official. Nice.
Wonderful,
Nice
wonderful.
P
And
bucket.
a quick question: does your magnetic stirrup for your cigars does it connect to that easily?
Well, there's not a very good. you
Oh, there's no
know,
lip.
There's
for
not
it.
enough
Okay.
surface area.
That's fair. That's fair.
I could put it inside. See, it's a
Ooh.
work in progress.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, of course, also, as always, we are joined by the wonderful, illustrious. It's always an honor to have them. Cigars Daily Live studio audience.
Give me a bucket.
Okay.
I got a bucket.
That was
You
really
need another
nice.
one? I got a spare.
We actually have extra buckets
I
at
got
this time.
spare buckets.
I
Yeah,
was
but-
correct. The comment that we thought would be pulled within the first 30 seconds was posted.
Okay. Well, that was
They ain't take long.
that didn't take long at all. Are the comments coming in pretty good?
Yeah, they're coming in okay.
They're better than the other weeks. We had a week where they were like coming in chunks.
It's better this week.
All right, good. Regular flow
Fantastic,
week. All right, let's keep
fantastic.
going. Why is Amber in the Dr.
Teeth.
Dr. Teeth?
So, are you an orthodontist?
I really
or-
hope he's an orthodontist.
I hope you're a dentist.
He's a
bro.
proctologist.
It's like, look, I look at a lot of things. Okay, just go ahead and come in. We'll take care of it.
Dr. Teeth. Listen, why? Okay, so this is is Amber in the Amazon?
Is she getting
from
her hands on
Willie B.
basins?
Yeah,
She's like live in the jungle.
She's our
Is it Amber's on now?
Amber's on.
Amazon.
Dude, now that we've got her nickname, which by the way, we're committed to Amber
Yeah.
P Buckets.
Amber.
We've come out with some really good ones. I'll say this. I've spent years trying to make sure that third chair has a backdrop.
Mhm.
And so sadly ambushed. Damn it, Rod. Where were you with
Rod,
that
yeah.
2 months ago?
Oh, that's a good one.
So the paint in this room is this fancy stuff. It's called thermal finish, and it's made of cork. And we use it in here because it works as sound padding, soundproofing. But we also use it in the humidor because it's mold resistant, it's a moisture barrier, it's fire resistant. Like it's expensive stuff, but it's really amazing stuff. But also, once you put it up, it's impossible to hang anything on it. Like that, where Amber's sitting behind her, that one side is glass, so you can't hammer a nail into it, and the other side is also something you can't hammer a
I'm in
nail
a cork
into.
corner.
Tim,
Corkner.
the
Cork.
amount of these comments that we were talking about,
It's a lot.
there's 20 of them.
We're gonna
Yeah,
crash
I'm
the
seeing.
site.
Okay, well, so I've been trying to figure out what to do to decorate the third chair, and ever since Amber's been here, I said like 2 weeks ago, I was like, it would be great that we wouldn't have to hang on the wall is too many plants, and that's been the set
Too many?
design. The set design. Yeah,
He says it's not enough.
That's exactly the
I
right.
feel so homey back here.
Yeah, it's really nice. You look great.
It's quite the mood. I like it. I feel
It's
a little
quite the mood.
mysterious. I feel like I need to be smoking a Lancero.
Yeah. We but that being said, Matt Coyne says literally talking about wall covering in a cigar podcast. Yeah, yes, we are.
And Bush.
And Bush. And by the way, the Bush jokes, this was what we had bet on. We betted on the Bush jokes, and what we can see is that we've attracted the kind of between 10 ferns.
Nice. Nice.
We've attracted the kind of viewers that we resonate with. So congratulations, we're all on the same page.
Ooh, I could be Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis. Okay, there it is. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're gonna see. Anyway, tonight around the studio, all of us have got Drew Estate cigars. We are jamming on some of these as Pedro is going to be on with us in a few. By the way, we're going to talk more about this, and you feel free to bring this up with Pedro, but he is going to physically be here at the end of March for DailyCon 2026 at the Cigars Daily HQ. The best damn food in the state is going to be here. And we're going to be hanging out with just a few hundred of our closest friends at the HQ, along with some amazing guests. We've got Karen Berger from Karen Berger Cigars. We've got Jonas Santana from Blackbird Cigars. And he's working on a project right now called The Cock of the Walk. In addition to that, Oliva Nick. I'm going to skip this one and come back. We'll go to the last guy. That is Rick Rodriguez from West Tampa. And of course, the guest for tonight's show, Pedro Gomez, will be there as well. So lots to do, much to do about this. And I'm gonna touch on a couple things really quick. I want to touch on them before we bring Pedro on, and then we're gonna bring Pedro on for you guys because I want to get directly to your comments. That is the vision and goal for this show. Let's do something that we do once in a while called Cigars Daily Headline.
There we go. Hey, wait, where's the? Nope.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Where is it at?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Dog, I can't find it.
There it is. I found it.
Okay, I couldn't
found
find
it.
it.
Don't worry
yet.
about it. It's fine. It's right there. Cigars Daily Headlines. Here's
You
what's happening
changed
in
it.
cigar- I know. I made a new graphic. When
It's
I say
like when your wife puts something away the way it's supposed to be put away, and you can't find it anymore. Tim changed the logo, so I didn't know what it looked like anymore. So that's on me, y'all.
all of our logos are new. All right,
are
here's what's
changing.
going on in cigars today. We're going to touch on a few things. Numero uno. Y Casa Carrillo. Ernesto Perez Carrillo is launching the Pledge Purple. And I'm a big fan of just calling a cigar a color. I think anytime we do this, it shows a lot of originality. Nobody else is doing this. So,
You're,
I mean,
you're a
Casa
big
Carrillo-
fan of calling cigars colors.
yes, the
Okay.
purple. No,
Just
listen,
cigars.
I'll tell you, I got one of these on my desk right now. I cannot wait to smoke it. Yeah, I just gotta look in the studio audience like you gotta. Stay out of my office, please. I have to be here for the next hour. I can't monitor my desk. The whole studio audience is shuffling into my office right now. So I've got one of these on my desk, and I get to be part of a conference call tomorrow with Ernesto Carrillo to talk about the project and everything into it. So I will have more detail for you guys on this box pressed new Pledge cigar after I smoke it and see what it's about. Let's see. Alex Maglicu says, what difference is the purple from the OG Pledge?
Well, one's purple,
Well,
one's blue.
one is purple, the other one's blue. That's a pretty good. And at this point, that is all I know, actually.
I believe it's going to be a different blend. The
Thank you,
original
Terrence.
pledge is a
Thank you.
Habano. Says Habano, Connecticut, which doesn't look like a Connecticut, but it might be Connecticut broadleaf or something like that. And then the pledge purple should be a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, if memory serves me correct.
Ooh.
I'll tell you this. I invested zero into learning about this cigar because I get to go on this call with Ernesto and just have him tell me about it.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be him and a bunch of other people in the industry. He's going to be telling us all. It's like a big Zoom call thing. So it's not like I'm special. In addition to that, some of you may be wondering, don't put this up yet, Terrence.
Okay.
Some of you may be wondering about the tariff situation. And I want to talk about this before we bring Pedro on because it's a big deal. It's a lot's changed. And I'm going to show you two headlines in a row. Because if you go on Half Wheel, which is where the headlines for this show are coming from right now, you'll notice as you scroll that there's a sequential order to this. If you were to start from the bottom and scroll up, the first thing you would see is this American flag thing that says Supreme Court rules against Trump's emergency tariff authority, and the president promises new tariffs. And then the next article, and I mean the next article, Trump announces new 15% tariffs will affect most cigar imports. And so At first, I made a video about this, and I made it the morning that all of this popped out. And it was when all the tariffs sort of dropped to the 10% across the board. And I posted it. And within 45 minutes, I'm in the lounge talking with some of the studio audience. And they're like, oh, it's already gone up to 15%. I'm like, my video is out of date within the hour. This is insane. And the whole point that I made in the video is that what's going to happen with tariffs, we really don't know. Like, we really don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where these are going to land. They may go up to 15%, come back down to 10. Some countries may go up to 7,000%. I don't know what's going to happen. Neither do the cigar makers. Neither does your congressman. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So I'll tell you after it happens. We'll all know that.
But it's provocative and it gets the people going.
It gets the people going. Yeah. All right. There it is. Now you know. If you have questions about that, you can ask. But mostly, I want to hone in on El Pedro. We're going to bring him on in just a second. And before I do that, see how I'm getting all the segments going here?
You're being efficient today. Just
Being
really
an efficient show leader. We're going to do a segment we do every week on this show called the Cigars Daily Nation Pick of the Week. Can you find that one? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. It blends into the background. I didn't do this one last week, and I got to tell you, I feel really bad because this is one of the best pick of the weeks I've seen. And I love it. And take a look right here from Luke M. Woo. If you're listening to the podcast, Luke M has simply said, my bloodline is, and the picture is a picture of a sonogram of a baby and an unkillable cigar.
Oh, I thought that was a picture of the moon.
That's not the moon. Oh. Actually, that's the inside of his wife's reproductive organs. So
allegedly.
You sure they ain't a picture of a test tube? Congrats, Luke.
That's not a baby. Luke. That's an alien.
That's an alien. This is what Trump released after the alien files. Congratulations, everybody. I'm just kidding. That's adorable, and you should definitely do that 4D thing that all the girls want to do when the babies are bigger. And
some of those are scary.
You know what? Silas looked exactly like his.
Some of them are terrifying.
All right. Now I want to bring on our guest of the evening, our distinguished guest. If you guys don't know, Pedro Gomez has sort of the Cinderella story in cigars. He has gone from being just a guy. He was just a dude, like in Nicaragua. He was just a guy. Now he's the face of Drew Estate Cigars, a dream for just about any of us. We would all love to have this dream happen to us. But I will tell you, this is a guy that I have become fast friends with in the industry, a guy who has knowledge and passion for cigars that are rarely matched in this world. And so I see he's still like off his camera. So I'm hoping
scared him.
Oh, there he is. All right. Welcome, Pedro Gomez. Drop your comments and questions for him.
My man.
He's here for you.
Yo, I love your energy, Tim, and I want to say thank you for having me, and I want to say thank you for everybody that is tuning with us tonight. So big shout out to Cigars Daily Nation. You got a beautiful crowd up there that supports you and support your vision, and it's amazing what you guys are going to do next month, which I'm very, very excited.
Dude, it's going to be, so when was the last time we saw each other? Was it 2 years ago? It must have been 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I think or was it between there?
It was, the last time we saw each other would have had to have been at like PCA in 24.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there.
Yep. No, you weren't there, Terrence. No, you weren't there. But it's good, man. You're going to come out here to Arizona.
Yes.
March 28th. For the very big, very illustrious
Daily
Con.
Daily Con 2026. That's right.
And you've been telling me about some amazing stuff that's going on with Drew Estate and with events. And so I just want to tell everybody at home, drop your comments and questions for Pedro. Billy is scanning for them. He's going to interrupt us to drop, whatever he needs to and drop the comments so that we can take all of your comments. But you mentioned something to me in our tech rehearsal that I didn't know. You said that Drew Estate has some like new event cigars.
Yes. So what we are doing is starting January this year. So Drew Estate events that are taking place across the country. Drew Estate is sending the Liga Privada H99 Federal Flying Pig. which is something that a special blend, a special cigar based on the blend of Liga Privada H99, but in the Federal Flying Pig Vitola. So basically, it's our love letter from Drew Estate, the people that come to support our event to say thank you. We got something special for you today. So
That's wonderful.
I gotta get my hands on that pig.
yes, you should.
By the way, I'm just gonna back up real quick, Pedro. We're gonna come right back to this because Luke is on. He was just the pick of the week, and he says that his wife is watching right now.
Oh wow!
And she said, "Why they calling my baby an alien?"
Oh my god!
That backfired quickly.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
Miss Martineau. All babies look like aliens. Let's be real. All
Hey,
babies.
Congratulations to this gentleman, man. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Congratulations.
Beautiful,
But all
beautiful.
babies look like aliens.
Pedro's trying to save it right now, and Terrence is just digging that hole deeper. He's just like, "That's all right. It'll be fine. The hole's not deep enough
Listen,
yet."
man, for somebody that is gonna have a baby, oh my God, what a beautiful blessing! I think that's a blessing that
It is.
not too
It's
many people can live through the truly foolish.
It's the best blessing in the world, up to a point.
Up to a
And
point.
at a certain point, right now, Allison and I we have nightmares about it because I'm supposed to be fixed, but that can get the wires crossed. And so she's 5 years older than me. Allison's 45 and I'm 40. So a baby at this point would be a terrifying endeavor for both of us. Anyway, I want to dive in. I want to take comments from all you at home. Billy's picked the best ones. Billy, get us a comment for Pedro, whether it's from Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, or even one from Plus, where everything's on. Zook says, "Is there a trick to smoking the egg to avoid burn issues?"
Ooh, my brother. Thank you so very much for your support. When it comes to the egg, wow, what a interesting vitola. I only, on my 20 years on Drew Estate, I only have smoked the egg once because it can take you a long time. But in terms of burn issues, I'm sorry that you're going through that. But if you have ever had another issue like that, please send an email to help@drewestate.com. We're going to take care of that. Hopefully, this Easter time is going to be way
what
better.
advice would Drew Estate offer to smoking the egg? Is it just an email response that says, "Yeah, it's like 180 ring gauge in the middle. What did you expect?" Pedro, I remember reviewing that cigar, and this is 6 years ago, it's maybe 7 years ago. And like the issue with the egg is that, if you guys haven't seen the egg, it's literally what it sounds like. It's tapers on both ends, but the middle is huge. It's absolutely huge.
Yep.
And so as you're smoking it, the part that you're puffing through is maybe a 46 ring gauge or something like that. It's almost the size of a regular cigar. But then the foot of the cigar or the ash part of the cigar is so big. The ring gauge is.
How big is it?
How big is it? Can someone fact check this? Pedro, do you know what the ring gauge is at the middle of the egg?
No, that one, I think it gotta be 75, something like that. 80, I believe.
80?
But those are the
Terrence
type
says
of cigars that we only do it for a special occasion during the year. And it's not a cigar that we keep in constantly production at Drew Estate Factory.
So I just fact checked, and it's 5.5 by 100. So the middle biggest part of the bulge is claimed
It's
as
huge.
100.
Yeah.
Now,
I would say,
would the egg be a good gift for somebody that just recently realized they're having a baby?
Ooh,
oh, that's a good one. Yeah, it could be. I mean, any cigar could be a special cigar, especially for that special occasion.
Pedro,
But in
I got
terms
an
of
idea.
yes.
Can you make a new egg with a different wrapper and call it the fertilized egg? And only for like it's a boy, it's a girl kind of cigar.
Wow.
Wow, that might sound very good.
You know what you should not do, certainly, is that.
Of course
That's
not,
incredible. Could you imagine the egg as the special occasion cigar for like somebody becomes president, sitting in the Oval Office smoking the egg, this
All the
massive
Super
cigar?
Bowl winners are smoking it.
Yes, I
Yeah.
would love that.
All right, I want to take another question for Pedro. This is good, Pedro. Keep up the good stuff. And
Yes.
what do we got, Billy? This one's from Azgul. how was the Undercrown born?
Yes.
And I sense that this is an interesting story for you to tell
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
similarly,
Absolutely.
you were, since we're talking about it, birthed into the cigar world
Right.
in the cigar making part of it. Tell us about Undercrown, but also give us a little insight into how you came into this.
Absolutely. So when it comes to the Undercrown, wow. Undercrown Maduro, which was the first one, has been around since 2010. But way before the Undercrown, we launched that one as a cigar brand. We were smoking a lot of Liga Privada at Drew Estate Factory. And when I say we, yes, right around that time, I was the operation manager assistant. So I was smoking then as well, smoking Liga here and there. And until one day we got a meeting with our executive of Drew Estate, and they demand and request everybody to stop smoking Liga Privada. Right around that time, maybe there were like 25 or maybe 45 retail shops across the country being able to carry Liga Privada. And because
I'm going to interrupt you
amount,
to tell you this, Pedro. When you talk about an executive going down to the factory to like correct who's smoking what, I picture the editor from Spider-Man. He's like, stop smoking the Liga Privadas and give me more pictures of Spider-Man. And I like, it's such a weird thing because at the cigar factory, it's there's a lot of passion, people who are
Yes.
very good at what they do and love what they do.
Right.
But Liga Privada is that sort of set apart line of cigars for Drew Estate. It's the top tier, top shelf blends. And it like, I think imagining everybody at the factory just being like, I'll have another Liga Privada scoop, and like having access to them is amazing for so many
Yes.
aficionados for whom this cigar is still very hard to find. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, absolutely. You are 100% right. At Drew Estate Factory, we smoke wherever we want and as much as we want. And that was the rule since day one, So with the exception of Liga Privada, obviously, because the cigar was and still is in super high demand, we didn't want to disappoint our retailers and having Liga Privada always in back orders. So from Jonathan and the previous executive, they say, you better stop smoking Liga Privada. They made a section. They say, you can still use the same fillers that goes into Liga Privada, but don't use the grapper. Why not the grapper? Because the grapper of Liga Privada number 9, which is the broadleaf tobacco that is grown in Connecticut, at the moment that you are going to ferment that tobacco, it takes up to 18 months. From the moment that we receive that raw material that comes from the state of Connecticut in Estelí, Nicaragua, it takes between 18 months to 20 months to be ready. Now, when it comes to Liga Privada T52, which that one takes even longer, it takes up to 3 years. That's the Habano T52. So basically, Drew Estate trying to keep the supply to the store that we already made the commitment to. They have to make the adjustments of stopping the consumption of Liga Privada in the factory. So when we launched the Undercrown, basically, since they let us use part of the filler, what we added to that blend, that it was not even called Undercrown, was the beautiful San Andres Negro from Mexico grapper. And that became the Undercrown Maduro, a solid, beautiful, amazing, medium body cigar, where we use San Andres Mexican grapper, a little bit of tobaccos that come from Brazil and Nicaragua, and the cigar has been selling and performing well since 2010. Matter of fact, it's one of our hardcore cigar lines. Then right after that, we launched another one, which was the Undercrown Sun-Grown. Then we launched the Undercrown Shade. Then we have made collaboration, which one is called the Undercrown Dagma, the Undercrown Sun-Grown Doyo Dagma. We made a collaboration with Shady Records using the Undercrown name. And the latest one that we have released, that took place in 2020, which was the Undercrown 10. A cigar that celebrates the 10 years of Undercrown being in the market. So Undercrown has a story authentic, unique as it is, because the cigar didn't have any name that will celebrate somebody's life. Undercrown was made by the rollers, created by the rollers, and smoked by the rollers, by the people that work at Drew Estate Factory. And it's beautiful to see, how people really has engaged with the brand. And when I see on social media people that smoke cigars, especially the Undercrown from the United States, all the way to Asia, all the way to Europe, all the way
Oh, yeah.
to Latin America, it's amazing, man. Undercrown is
What
a
was it?
beautiful cigar to enjoy.
What was it like for you when? So first of all, I got to imagine when you can smoke whatever you want in the factory. That's I think how we all imagine it.
Mhm.
Sitting at home, we're like, I'm working in a cigar factory. You look, there's cigars everywhere. There's always one you want at reach, and then they say don't smoke the Liga Privadas, and everyone's kind of like me. I don't. That's not very good.
Yeah.
But then you blend out this Undercrown. What was that like for you the first time you smoked an Undercrown? Do you remember that experience?
Yes, the first time that I smoked that one, it was like, wow. I was very impressed because the cigar has the complexity, which is the most difficult thing to achieve in a blend. Obviously, construction was on point, and the Undercrown, before it was called the Undercrown, it was the Drew Estate Factory cigar. That was what we used to call it back in the days. It was very interesting when Drew Estate launched the brand and really paid the tributes to the people that work in the factory.
Yes.
That was the most beautiful thing that Drew Estate, one of the many things that Drew Estate have done, but that one, giving the credit that literally to the people that always have been working hard, giving their best, creating brands that could become in the future legendaries, timeless cigar brands. Which I want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting Drew Estate for the last 30 years. And it's beautiful to see somebody or any cigar smoker that somehow that person has a Drew Estate cigar and their rotation of cigars that they enjoy.
Amazing. And you must have been at Drew Estate for what, 10 years?
At that point, yes.
It was about 10 years
Mhm.
because you said that you've been at Drew Estate for 20 years.
20
and a year
years,
or
yeah.
two ago, you guys put out the Undercrown 10th anniversary.
Yeah, like 4 years
Another
after,
content.
I enjoyed the company, yes. And
Wonderful.
it was amazing. So to me, when I smoked that one, come back to your question, I was like, wow, man, what a great cigar. Then a year later, boop, we launched the Undercrown, the logo of the lion with the crown upside down. And the thing about it is that when it comes to somebody that hold the fort and the Undercrown, not being the crown like this is the one, you got Liga Privada, that's the one. You got the Undercrown that is the prince. But
Yeah.
both of them really pushed Drew Estate moving forward.
I love it. Around the studio, by the way, everybody has got Drew Estate cigars right now. Did any of you people pick out Undercrowns? Were any of you?
What do you mean by you people?
You people. I'm talking about all you people.
No, so I actually picked one of my personal unsung heroes from Drew Estate. I've
Ooh.
got a 20-acre farm.
Ooh.
Pedro, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was one of the first freestyle live events. And that was the first one I participated in, where
man.
I had it, and I was like, I need a box of this whenever it does come out.
Thank you
And
so much.
even now with the Florida sun-grown tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just really mellow but still creamy, rich, has a nice complexity to it. I come back to it from time to time, and I wish more people enjoyed it as much as I.
Man, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Yeah, the 20-acre farm. Tobaccos that comes from a small, beautiful boutique tobacco farm right here in Florida, specifically in Clearmont, Florida. So it's very small batch of tobacco that we got every year. And every time that we got the opportunity to come up with those, even myself, when I smoke like a Connecticut shade wrapper cigar, medium body, not even mild to medium, because that's the 20 one. It's so refined when it comes to the taste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to keep coming back. I want to take one more comment, and we have a lounge roast to do tonight, believe it or not. We have to roast the home lounge of a member of the Cigars Daily Nation. They posted it. They asked for it. We're going to be ruthless with it. But Billy, will you take and read this next comment and tell us what you're smoking from Drew Estate, by the way? When I did say you people, I wasn't just talking about Terrence. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
good.
My bad.
Oh,
my
that's
bad.
good. I was talking about everybody.
I've got the feral flying pig tonight,
Ooh,
and it's the first feral flying pig I've had, and it is delicious.
Banger.
wow.
It's a
You're smoking a
banger.
feral flying pig?
I am.
I'm smoking the H99. I didn't know if anyone else was going to pick a Liga Privada for this episode.
Oh, we're Liga Privada deep.
Oh, how deep are we?
Wow.
I got a UF13 on
my
on
goodness.
standby, and I'm smoking a Herrera Estelí Brasilia.
What?
Wow, that's
Wow.
amazing.
So, Billy, what's that comment looking like right now?
This comment keeps coming up by everybody.
Okay, so it's
Question.
the same comment I left.
When is the next freestyle promotion? Met Pedro in CLE about 5 years ago.
Oh, wow. My man, Rob, Tree. It's great to see you here, my brother. Thank you so very much for staying in the loop with us at Drew Stay. We got beautiful announcement coming up this month, and I'm very sure that one of those might be that one, might be something even bigger and better. But we are always keeping this team fun and keeping the whole thing moving. And thank you so very much for tuning with us. Yes, Freestyle Life. Wow, man. Now, speaking about Freestyle Life, last year during, COVID-19, obviously it was something that devastated the whole world changed.
Yep.
And at Drew Stay, a lot of things have changed. The way how we present new cigar lines. Our first Freestyle Life, believe it or not, it was when we first launched the Undercrown 10. And I remember that Jonathan told me, yo, this is on you, brother. Get your liquor on because you're going to be the one talking about the Undercrown 10. And at that time,
Awesome.
I was like, what? I said, well, all right, let's do it. Obviously, for me, it was a privilege to talk about the Undercrown 10, and that was our first Freestyle Life. From there, we have released beautiful cigar lines such as Blackett, M81, Blackett S84. We had launched Deadwood Dominicana. We had launched Nica Rustica Shea. We have launched,
Nica Rustica Adobe.
Yep.
Nica Rustica Adobe. That's right.
H99 Papas Fritas.
H99 Papas Fritas.
And please, I just want to interrupt you real quick. Can I guess what this next Freestyle Live will be?
Yes, please go ahead.
Will it finally be the Undercrown Shade 10th anniversary?
Mhm.
Oh, he shook his head. Yes, you guys saw that.
No,
Say it again.
He's gonna walk that back. This is like Obama saying there's aliens. It's gonna be a walk back. It's gonna be a whole thing.
Oh my God, that was a very tricky question.
He's like, I'm never doing this show again. It's a PR nightmare.
That's amazing. I didn't see that one coming.
How do you? Let me ask. I'll ask you this, and don't
Right.
give yourself away to us.
No,
But
no.
how long before the Freestyle Lives come out do you know?
Oh well, we know ahead of time. We are working 3 years ahead of time.
Okay,
In
Because
different
I'll
projects that
say
we are
this.
working on.
the cigar industry, for the viewers at home, the cigar industry is basically middle school when it
Mhm.
comes to the gossip. The like, here's what's going to happen.
Mhm.
I know about a lot of stuff that's happening way before it happens because if one person lets it out, it spreads like a fire through the whole industry. But when it comes to Drew Estate's Freestyle Live kits, they are on lockdown.
Yes.
Oh,
Like
big
there
time.
aren't
Yes.
people who know. Like there's not a
Yes.
guy who knows what it is that Pedro told and entrusted. That's
Yeah.
not out there.
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah, everyone finds
There
out.
is a
with you.
lot of confidential information, and confidential information in terms of if you're gonna launch something, it's about how well we can keep the secret. Because the beautiful thing about Drew Stay is that, which I want to say thank you for the people that has been following us, that always have believed on us, and when we come out with the surprise, the curtain goes down, there you go. That's something that I'm very sure that a lot of people appreciate it. Keep it the surprise, keep it the momentum going. You know what I mean? Building that momentum until
Yep.
we are ready to drop the curtains and drop the
Okay.
bombs.
I am ready for that, and I'm excited about it. And I will certainly have all the freestyle live kits that I can get. So already anticipatory. Let me tell you this: we're going to dive into a segment that we've done just about every week on this show called the Cigars Daily Live Lounge Roast. Pedro is going to help us tonight. We are going to roast a home lounge for a member of the Cigars Daily Nation. By the way, people who are in the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group can post pictures of your home lounge and include hashtag lounge roast. That's how I know that you want us to roast them. And when we roast them, the gloves are off. We're going to say whatever we want. So here's how this works. First of all, I'm going to show you guys the post. Let's take a look at the post first.
Okay, yes, sir.
Just the title. This one is from Bradley L. And he says, I turned my old office into my winter respite, which is not something that we've called lounges for 100 years. So congratulations. It's my winter respite, complete with a couple free leather recliners and a great venting. Even have a place for my pipes, which I'm known to enjoy here and there.
You and me both.
That's what
brother.
you get for saying respite, Bradley. So here's the way this works, Pedro, because you haven't done this before. You haven't roasted one of these lounges with us. We're going to show the pictures of the lounge. 3 handle found already gave it a 3. We haven't even seen pictures of it yet. So the way that it works is we're going to show some pictures of this lounge. We'll have a little bit of a dialogue about what we see here, Pedro. I'd love for you to pitch in. The whole crew here in the studio will pitch in as well. We'll say what we see, and then we're going to rate this thing. Everybody watching at home is going to leave comments, whether they're on Facebook or YouTube or Rumble or even on Cigars Daily Plus, ranking it on this scale. I'm going to cover your face up, starting from 0 and going all the way up to 5, where 0, we would consider 0 not good. 0 would be like you would expect there to be a piss bucket somewhere. If it's a 1, that lounge is gross. It's only fit for Dirty Mike and the boys. A 2 is still not good. It's the kind of lounge you'd expect if you went to a Hampton Inn and they had a cigar lounge. It's not the best lounge out there, but you know what? It's doable. You wouldn't leave if you found yourself there. A 3 is everything I never knew I sort of wanted. Like, it's enough that it's good, but it's like, okay, but like I never really imagined this. 4 wouldn't surprise you if there was a cover charge. And 5, directed by Michael Bay. So we're going to take a look at some pictures. Again, this one is from Bradley L. in the Facebook group.
His winter respite.
It's his winter respite. Here we go. Let's take a look inside.
Oh.
Now,
White
this
chairs,
immediately gives the same vibes as last week's lounge, which is the Harry Potter under the stairs ceiling.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that last week?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Barely.
closet
Oh,
vibes.
closet vibes.
Very
He's in the-
closeted cigar lounge.
Looks like you could spend a fortnight in there.
You
sir.
could spend a fortnight in this respite and not know where you were.
prior to the summer solstice.
Now, one addition I want to make, though, he's got a window. There's a I don't know
That's nice.
if it's diagonal. Is it a skylight or is it
I
a
think
window?
that's up in the attic. That's like a little attic space, and you probably cut a hole in the ceiling and put that bad boy
Oh,
in.
it's the opposite of a closet.
It's
attic
the
crawl
opposite of a
space.
closet. It's an attic crawl space. Okay,
Top
I'm going to
floor.
go with that. But he's got ventilation in there. Bill Falconer is on. Hi, Bill. Don't like the shag carpet.
I
Thank
thought it
you,
was
Bill.
shag as well,
I
but I
appreciate
think
that.
it's just the
that's actually a
pattern.
rug. Yeah,
it's just
that's
a
rug.
pattern.
It's a rug with wood floors. So Bill really took a dump on Bradley for no reason. But that's okay.
baby. Yeah.
Shag, baby.
Very
Let's
intimate.
go back. I'm going to go back to the previous picture.
Yeah, I got you.
Big props on the ventilation. If for our podcast listeners around the room, what do you see, Amber? Let's go ahead and describe this. Well, first of all, I want to hear from Pedro. Amber's.
As you should.
Yo, this is amazing, man. This is a beautiful, cozy place. I like how comfortable those leather seats look like. And it would be nice to have a cigar over there. So I will give this man 5.
You're
Okay.
going to give him a 5 out of 5?
I get it. Yeah,
We've
yeah,
still
yeah.
got some pictures to look at. I'm looking to drop this rating, okay? Because I'm roasting this thing. You've been very nice, Pedro. On the left side, I do see a cooler door. Not a cooler door, a little refrigerator filled with bottled water. I can respect that.
Yep.
You've got the same LED lights that every 16-year-old girl puts on the ceilings of their bedroom, which is really good.
It's on the clapper.
It's on the clock. In the back, he's got some things hanging on the wall. Let's take a look at another picture here. There's a love seat.
You better have some friends with short legs. Or
I was
going
gonna
to be
say
touching
that's
legs.
a very intimate cigar lounge.
Yeah.
The
Like
place is a shaggin' wagon.
party wagon. Even.
Okay, we got nice ashtrays. And by the way, coasters are a benefit for me. Coasters
Coasters are very
Coasters
important.
raise this a solid half a point.
Good lamp too.
Cresbo says, bet that place smells ripe in the summer. 3, because it's a cigar lounge for ants.
Cigar lounge for ants.
All right, there's one more picture here. This might sway some of you. It is filled with pipe tobacco and some pipes. So, Pedro, how are we feeling now that we're seeing all this pipe tobacco in here? Are you still a 5 out of 5?
Well, you know, when it comes to tobacco, if you got a place to smoke, God bless you, man. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
So I think that the guy has everything down, you know.
All right.
I think he needs some more plants.
Of course, Amber. Let's take a look at
No
Amber.
plants.
There's no
I
plants
wouldn't
in
feel
there.
comfortable there. I need plants.
Well, that's right. That's the female touch right there, huh?
Kevin Gruk says it's a 4. Welcome to the Shire, because it's small. It's Hobbit. He's calling it a Hobbit
And there's
lounge.
pipes. You know, Gandalf can show up. and
There's
have
pipes.
some.
Yeah. Gandalf could be in there. All right. Chris Krim gives it a 2.69. Gordon Freeman is on, says, if that's a shaggin' wagon and those lights are on a clapper. All right. I'm following where we're going. It would be strobing like an EDM concert in there. Oh, goodness
I have
gracious.
a feeling this space has several uses.
I wonder if all that ends up in the Zillow listing.
There might be
that's
another
that's
baby coming soon picture added to the
yeah.
chat.
The sonogram's in another room. Tim Mall says small but efficient.
Is that what Allison says about you?
That is
That's what she said.
Dang. See, Pedro, I started a show, and this is what I'm reduced to. AZ Dad Today 45 says 4.2, and I gotta say, we're normally when these happen, Pedro, we get ratings and rankings on these that land at
Right.
like I want to say a 3 on average is where people
Really?
land.
Whoa, 3 and
This
5,
one
that's not
seems
bad.
seems to be ranking like the
We're
3,
like
5.
4.5.
We're seeing a lot of regular-
solid 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
And let me tell you something. I have seen so many cigar lounges everywhere.
Mhm.
And there are people that have cigar lounges and they're meant to be for business. And man, there's a lot of things that you would wish that
What
they
is,
could do.
what
You know?
is the most frightening, concerning thing you've seen in a cigar lounge?
Well, a cigar lounge, I would say, as a cigar smoker, is a place where you can feel comfortable. Keeping it clean is a really A+. Just like my mother said, you know, you can be poor, but you have to be clean. You know what I mean? And you know, the gentleman that submitted the picture of his cigar lounge at his house, it is a place really nice to have it. So you know, that one, yes, for sure.
Right.
You know,
Billy just started a comment, and I saw it right away. We could on first thing on the after party, maybe
First
on the
thing on
way
the
out
after
on the
party.
main show.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, we've now 2 people have asked that
Yeah.
same question. Yeah, 3 people. Dear God, listen, we're gonna wait to talk about this, but we've had Whiskey Gin says, Billy, ask the feet question. Just John immediately
Boo.
says, ask him about feet on the furniture.
Boo.
And then Jimmy USA
what is
says
it?
the question, feet
Isn't
on
it
the
Jimmy
furniture.
J USA.
Sure, Jimmy USA. So here's the question. Is it acceptable in a cigar lounge for a dude to take off your shoes and socks and put your feet up on the furniture?
hell no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
I get it. I get what you're saying. That's pretty gross. And especially with, I mean, the kind of guys that you see in a cigar lounge, a lot of them are watching the show. You guys know who you are. Your feet belong in your shoes. and for some of us, like our feet don't even belong on our body for whatever reason.
It's
Now,
not that
let
the
me
person
ask you-
is called Happy Feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, same question, but it's a hot girl.
Well, I don't know, man.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on. You thought about it. You're thinking about it. We're gonna need some sort of ruling
I
on
think
this.
that
Listen.
it all depends on the circumstance.
Okay,
Like,
circumstance
is she
driven.
single?
She's single. Do I have her number? Like, we're not advocating for a foot thing here. We're just asking if there's an exception to this rule. I'll ask you another one.
Right.
Matt Coyne says Pedro might be the nicest guy ever on the show. Pedro is one of the nicest people I've ever met, by the way. Now,
Thank
here's
you,
another
thank you.
question. Same question, okay, but it's a dog.
Okay.
Can the dog put their feet on the furniture?
Yeah, of course. You know, a dog
cool.
is
So-
a pet. You know, obviously. You know.
So around the studio, we have got a wild variety of opinions on this, being that everyone thinks it's okay for a hot girl to do it, except for Terrence, who finds it reprehensible for any living creature. With the did you even give an exception for a dog, Terrence?
I did. Yes, dogs and cats.
Okay,
If
'cause
the
dogs-
place allows, like, if you have a home lounge, you got a cat. Nobody walks their cat except for Dickwick. But like, if like dogs and cats and like home animals, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think nobody's feet should be anywhere on furniture. Like, come
That's
on,
true.
have some cool. Like, keep your socks on, keep your shoes on. If you really need to get comfortable, slouch down more in the chair, put your legs out, but you don't put your feet on the furniture. Like,
That's right.
my mama told me, don't put your feet on nobody's furniture, so I'm not doing that unless it's my
Oh
own
man,
house.
your mother taught you well.
Thank you. See, hey, y'all heard that? Pedro agrees with me. No
I
feet on
did,
the
I
furniture, even
did.
if you're a hot girl.
But man, when we said hot girl, Pedro really thought about it for a second. He was like, well, you know, and you came. And by the way, I'll say this for Pedro's boss, when Pedro's boss sees this, who I'm sure will. He did give a very good PC answer.
Yes.
So, respectable. It was not the kind of answer any of us would have given.
I want to grow up and be as well media trained as Pedro. That's so good.
Well, you're not gonna learn that working here.
No, I'm not.
Recently, I've thought about the things that I get to say at work and how
Mm-hmm.
outlandish it would be in any other work environment
my
to say the
gosh.
things that are said here.
Yeah, or
Fired immediately.
fired.
Like, even working in like the restaurant industry, like
Yeah.
Amber, you and me both worked restaurants for a while.
Yeah,
They say crazy things there.
but we beat them.
We go crazy
By
here.
far.
man.
Ooh, absolutely.
Oh, this is wild.
The
I love this
conversation
story.
that happens in cigar lounges are wild, bro.
Yeah, dude. You have seen some stuff out there. And by the way, right now for everyone watching, we've got a handful of minutes, about 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes before we go to the after party. That's the segment of this show where the gloves come off. The show will continue, but only on Rumble and only on our community on Cigars Daily Plus. And by the way, Cigars Daily Plus is a place that's free and easy to sign up. All it requires is like your name, a username, an email, and a password. That's basically it. You can come watch this show, continue to comment, and we just have fewer rules than we have on the big platforms like YouTube and Facebook. Healthport is on and says, Pedro is definitely going to see his boss on the 10-year Undercrown announcement. Yes, I agree.
Undercrown Shade 10 year. That's
For the
that.
record, there was no announcement.
There
Trying to
was
save
no
Pedro
announcement.
here.
There was
He's
no announcement. I twisted his words.
Yep.
I'm going
Right.
for Pedro. I
Fake
just twisted
news.
his words.
fake news.
Fake
Just go
news.
Trump with it.
Doesn't exist.
That's the left-wing media fabricating the story.
Underground shade, 10 years, a liberal lie. It doesn't exist.
That was
All right,
amazing.
Billy, get us another question for Pedro.
More
Let's
of a
go.
comment, but here you go.
More of a comment. Cigar Yams says, y'all don't understand how much I appreciate the factory smokes line. From every blue collar worker that can't afford, that we can't always afford more expensive things as daily smokes, we thank you.
I
Ooh,
have to agree.
You
amazing.
guys with factory smokes, you took a segment of the cigar industry, which is that for if you're watching this show right now or listening to the podcast and you're just getting into this whole segment of cigars called a Cuban sandwich, a cigar that uses the chopped up leftovers from making premium cigars. So it's premium tobacco in a more affordable format that smokes a little bit faster, but still has a decent level of quality.
Yep.
That was just a segment, Pedro, when I got into cigars
Mhm.
that existed. There, like people sort of had Cuban sandwiches in their
Mhm.
catalog because they had all this chopped up tobacco.
Yep.
And then Factory Smokes made it like super competitive. Like you guys just came in and just stomped the competition
Mhm.
with Factory Smokes. Everybody that was smoking Cuban sandwiches was like, "Yep, this is my new daily smoke." I mean,
Yep.
for most cigar makers, the Cuban sandwich is seen as a sort of a pariah to the catalog. They don't love them. Are you guys proud of Factory Smokes? Is it something that helps you be more competitive? How do you view
Yes.
Factory Smokes?
Oh, Factory Smokes. Well, first of all, we are very proud for every cigar that we have been putting in the market, and Factory Smokes is not the exception. Even though that is from an entry level price point, Factory Smoke really raised the bar really high. And from the moment that we launched that cigar, I think it was in 2018, I remember Drew Estate asking me to do a promotion video, the first video that we are going to be talking about the cigar itself. I was smoking those cigars, and I was like, "Yo, so how much is the price on this?" "Oh, this is gonna be the price." What? Are we gonna be making money or what? So, and that was a line that I said for the promotion video, which was Factory Smokes, amazing to your palate, friendly to your wallet. Because
Yeah.
it's a cigar that you can smoke every day. And it's a cigar that delivers. What you pay was what you get, but what you get from Drew Estate is the best and nothing but the best by Drew Estate Factory. So I want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting all, starting this beautiful cigar journey with an entry level price point. If that happens to be Drew Estate, thank you so very much. Keep doing your homework. Follow the cigar journal. From Factory Smokes, you're gonna enter into a whole different categories. I would say when it comes to smoking a cigar, it's not about who is smoking the most expensive one. It's about smoking a cigar that truly delivers what you are looking for, which is a
Awesome.
very unforgettable smoking experience.
Awesome. That's every time Pedro comes on, every delivery is like the most beautiful professional thing that I experience in cigars. Nobody really presents things as well as you do. Unfortunately,
Thank
in the
you.
comments, everyone's just trying to convince each other to get a piss
Man,
bucket
peace, but-
ashtray from us. That's like what the conversation is. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'd buy a piss bucket ashtray," and so Pedro's over here waxing eloquent, sounding beautiful, and everyone's like, "I want an ashtray that looks like a fucking potato."
We do have a clarifying question.
Well, a clarifying question for Pedro.
From the factory floor, we talking about factory smokes like floor sweepings. When it says floor sweeping, what is floor sweepings?
So the idea is that among some cigar smokers is that Cuban sandwiches are floor sweepings. Like when they're at the table and they're making the cigars, the chopped filler ends up on the floor and they sweep it up, put it in buckets, and make cigars out of it. Now I know that this is not what Drew Estate does.
Well, yeah.
Drew Estate cigar does not come off
No,
the floor.
what we do, that happens for every cigar factory, especially when you are making handmade premium cigars, is that there is a lot of leftover tobaccos that comes from the clips, from the head of the cigar, from the foot of the cigar. And basically what Drew Estate does, we get the leftover tobaccos, we clean it up by taking out the darkest pieces, and then we reintroduce that raw material into the production floor, and therefore we can come out with something excellent when it comes to the quality. But most importantly, when it comes to cigar factories, like going to the butcher shop, everybody goes to buy their ribeye, but other people go and buy the upstill. At the end of the day, the butcher guy sells everything, so nothing gets wasted in cigar factories, and Drew Estate Factory is not the exception. The only thing that we don't use is the leftover veins. When you are in the grapper area taking out the central vein, we don't have no purpose to use that one, or the 40 or 50% that you take out of tobacco leaf that we use as a fillers. But other than that, we use everything. So Factory Smokes is a monster of a brand. Factory Smokes is humongous. How much they represent in our portfolio of brands, and how somebody that love bundle cigars behave. That person go to the Cigars Daily headquarters. That person goes and buy 1 or 2, 3 bundles. That kind of person is not gonna be hanging out in the cigar lounge. He just go buy his stuff and get out. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's gonna be constantly smoking cigars, and that person will be smoking more cigars than the guy that claims that I smoke every day. Because if you're gonna be smoking something that is not gonna kill your bank account, it's even better. You know what I mean?
Okay, now I have a question, and I want to dissect this for a minute if we can. There's a comment on the screen from a viewer called Miss Francis, 1978.
Right.
Now the MS makes this look like a Ms., not a Mrs. But Miss Francis has a picture of her with a guy who might be a boyfriend or a husband, and very possibly sitting next to Miss Francis right
Brother.
now.
That's the homeboy, you know.
That's her brother.
Best
She made her
friend.
profile picture with her brother.
That's the
All right,
homie, bro.
now hold on a
Like,
sec,
quit
because the-
trying to flood the spot.
The comment is even better. Is Pedro married? I am seeing a ring.
Yes.
So I think Miss Pedro is over here. What do I say? What's the word? Pining for Pedro, which is a great name for a cigar. Someone at the beginning of the show asked if there'd be a Drew Estate Daily Edition, and if there is, it'll be called Pining for Pedro. And so I'm trying to figure out Miss Francis right now. But are you married? Are you on the market? Can we?
No, yeah, I got married 3 years ago. I got married to my beautiful wife. She is from Estelí, Nicaragua. I met her giving her a tour at Drew Estate Factory along like 12 years ago. Yes, and when I got married, it was right at the tail of COVID-19. So her family, my family, both of them, I mean, all of them, they live in Estelí, Nicaragua. So I didn't celebrate anything. I didn't make any post about anything on social media because I got so many friends everywhere. So I said to myself, why do something when, throwing a big wedding? I mean, everybody got
your whole life is like the Drew Estate has changed everything about your like yeah, I started working at Drew Estate. I came up in Drew Estate. I met my wife on a factory tour. Like now I'm the face of Drew Estate and all this stuff. Like if that's congratulations. That's a huge win. I love it.
And one thing that I would like it right there, Mrs. Francis, thank you so very much. And I would say that life is beautiful when you got somebody to share life with.
Amen to that. Miss Francis says, my husband, we met Pedro at Palmetto Breeze.
Oh, wow. My goodness. Well, God bless you.
I will just say, she's probably just being being observant. Women always pay attention to your hands or like look at your mannerisms and whatnot, figure out how you talk about babies. Women notice those kind of
how
things.
you talk about babies.
Women notice those things about you, right? And
Well,
she
yeah.
was being observant. She wasn't being thirsty or anything with these comments.
No, of course not. As time goes by, your mentality change. Life is about changes, and obviously, your priorities change.
Yeah.
Before, my new chapter now, I was married, and I has been married to Drew Estate since day one. You know what I mean? Which you have been always committed, always available, 24/7.
Yeah.
But time doesn't forgive, and you gotta really take your chances because life is very short.
Yes.
Okay, listen, we need to go over to the after party pretty quick here. So first of all, I'm going to take one more comment. I want to just correct one of our viewers because it's one of my favorite things to do. Ben Boyd said, write it down. Pedro is going to own Drew Estate. And I want to say this. I think we all love Pedro, and we like to see Pedro do as well as possible. But I do believe owning Drew Estate involves a Highlander-style fight to the death with Jonathan Drew. And in that fight, I don't know who my bet is on, but I think Pedro's a strong contender. In any case,
Jonathan Drew is Drew Estate.
Yeah.
As Drew Estate is Jonathan Drew.
Mm.
We love working for Drew Estate. I think that life is about coming at the right place at the right time with the right people. And I have been super blessed, and I'm always gonna be grateful to Drew Estate for all the opportunities that Drew Estate has been giving to me and to many people in my hometown, Estelí, Nicaragua, and a lot of people right here in the United States. So literally, when it comes to the company, Drew Estate really take good care of us. Our parent company is Switcher International, and they are also an excellent parent company. And we are very proud. Myself, I'm very proud to represent Drew Estate, and I'm gonna do it until God keeps me here.
This is how Pedro wins the fight with Jonathan Drew. He just starts talking sweetly to him about how great the company is, and Jonathan's listening. Before you know it, Pedro's behind him, got him in a headlock. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take it down." Hey, listen, this show's gonna continue, but only on the after party, and you got to be on Rumble or Cigars Daily Plus for that. So join us over there. Pedro, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna ask you to sit tight. We're gonna transition over to that, and then we'll bring you right back on, brother. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. Yep.
All right, we'll see you guys over there. Everybody else, join us on the after party. Otherwise, we'll have another amazing episode next Monday night. But we'll see you on the after party.
And live your life.